7 attackers have been killed in a pre-dawn raid on Kabul's international airport. The military side of the airport, where NATO headquarters is based, was hit by a series of explosions, apparently targeting the NATO building. Well, let's go to Jennifer Glass. She's live for us in Kabul. Jennifer, tell us more about the attack, and is it over?
It is, Stephen. It is all over now, and I'm told that civilian aircraft, which were diverted during this early morning attack, will now start to land at Kabul International Airport. It's not only home to an ISAF base and the fledgling Afghan Air Force, but also it's the main civilian airport here. And we're told the civilian side is open and planes will start flying from there. Afghan police tell us that 7 Taliban attackers were killed. It took a couple of hours. It started about 4:30 this morning when they got into a building, a construction site that overlooks the runway of Kabul airport. But one troubling development, they say, they had rocket launchers with a long range, with about a 3-kilometer range, capable of hitting the runway at the airport. We do see that there was some damage to a couple of the hangars there, but that assault on Kabul International Airport lasted about 3.5 hours, is now over, and 7 Taliban attackers have been killed.
This isn't, Jennifer, the first time this area has been attacked, and it must raise questions that the Taliban was able to get so close to the airport.
I think it is going to be a big concern. Kabul is a city surrounded by mountains, and the airport is really the main way in and out of the city. And so that's going to be a concern. The Interior Ministry says that the Taliban are launching these attacks to test the Afghan security forces. The Afghan security forces are in the lead for security in 80% of the country, but there still are a significant number of NATO forces here in a mentoring role. There were NATO forces this morning alongside the Afghans as they battled these Taliban attackers. This is the second attack here in Kabul in less than a month. The last attack late May, it took Afghan forces 9 hours to stop the Taliban fighters who attacked the International Organization for Migration. So certainly concerns about security, especially being able to get so close to the Afghan International Airport with weapons that could have hit the runway.
And once again, going back to the number of attacks, it once again gets the Taliban in the headlines, which will be one of the intentions, with 2014 coming up so fast.
That's right. 2014 signals the end of NATO's combat mission here, but far before that, they want the Afghan security forces in the lead. In April, the Taliban launched what they call their spring offensive, and they said they would have significant organized attacks on significant targets, and we've seen quite a few of them in the last few weeks. We saw an attack here in Kabul just a few weeks ago. There was an attack in Jalalabad on the ICRC. Now, no one's claimed responsibility. Actually, the Taliban have denied responsibility for that. But certainly in the last month and a half or so since the Taliban spring offensive has started, there have been a number of dramatic attacks. But the Interior Ministry says the way that the Afghan security forces have handled themselves in attacks like today actually gives them an opportunity to show Afghan people that they can take care of security here, that they are capable of being in charge of security in Afghanistan as the NATO forces withdraw this year and to finish their combat mission by the end of 2014.
Jennifer Glass in Kabul. Thanks, Jennifer.